one. The DJI OG Air unit. We talked about months ago at this point. The Air unit was going to end. They were going to get rid of the original fat Air unit with the SD card slot. It's been time because the O3 was coming out and they were rotating stock and all that stuff. Well, it looks like we finally come to that point. The Caddx is going to stop production of their Caddx Air Unit micro camera. That's the little one that ships with their Air Unit. That's silver in the micro size, shown in the picture down there. And that's because they're they're running out of Air Units. So it looks like the stock is finally gone for these. But we weren't. But I was just going to say we weren't sure 100% that the Air Units were actually ending, or it was Caddx, right? So I reached out to RunCam. And RunCam also replied that DJI does have the plan to end the Air Unit, leaving the Air Unit Lite, the Link or the Vista that we know of, and the O3 Air Unit still around.
So first of all, I appreciate you putting this picture in here, because when I first saw this story, I thought it was the other, I don't know, like, can I just search for DJI FPV camera and find it? I thought it was this camera, this one. Hang on. Let me zoom out here. I thought it was this camera. So this camera is still going to keep getting made?
I think that camera hasn't been made for a while, or it's only been direct from DJI or something. From my impression, the micro cam was a replacement for that camera, and now that camera is also discontinued.
Okay. So does that? What about the Caddx?
As far as I know, all their other cameras will continue to be made.
Oh well, that's okay.
Because they haven't announced any of the rest of the cameras ending. So until we hear other news, I imagine they're only announcing one camera ending because it's specific, right? So.
Yeah, the Nebula Pro is a good camera. I'd take the Nebula Pro. That's a fine camera.
Yeah.
And also, I think I'm going to take this statement from Caddx about the Air Unit ending with a giant grain of salt, because Caddx has said stuff in the past about stuff that hasn't turned out to work out. So
that's why we have the RunCam statement at the bottom. That's what I'm saying. RunCam also agrees.
Oh, that's a RunCam statement.
Yes.
Oh, I see that now.
Yeah. So RunCam also says the Air Unit is ending and agrees with Caddx's statement.
But, just to be clear, only this big Air Unit, not the little Vista Air Unit.
Yeah, not the Link or Vista or Air Unit Lite, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
So, I think... go ahead.
Just if you think about the sales difference in these, how many people are buying Links and Vistas versus Air Units? It probably makes a lot of sense on DJI's back end to just stop making Air Units, especially now that they have the O3 and the V2 goggles support it. Most users are going to be able to go to that if they really want that Air Unit option, and most people are buying Vistas and stuff anyway instead.
Yeah, anybody who wants what are the advantages of the big Air Unit? Mainly it's onboard recording. And if you want onboard recording... And it doesn't work. Good point. The SD card's slow.
For many users, it doesn't work.
So you're just going to get the O3. You're going to get that 4K on board. Way back when the Goggles 2 were first getting ready to come out, we talked about the possibility that this could spell the end of the V2 generation of equipment. I would have to go back and review the tapes to remind myself how, in my memory, we were just like, well, guys, we got to accept that this might be happening. And, in my memory, we weren't very definitive about it. Someone maybe go back and find a clip and prove me wrong. I think that we can accept that DJI is going to keep making the V2, the Vista generations VTXs for the foreseeable future. That doesn't seem like they're getting ready to pull the rug on that to me.
Probably not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that we can say that yet because it is DJI, so who knows, right? What they're thinking and what they're selling and what the differences in O3s and how much they want to move the stock and all that kind of jazz. But I would assume that we'll get those produced for a while. And even if we don't, similar to the Air Unit having a lot of stock around, I imagine the Vistas will also have a lot of stock. The Lynx will also have a lot of stock. So.
Yeah. That's nice. A lot of people prefer the Vista to the O3, if only for price reasons. So, good.